Go.
Welcome, my name is Line Mørkbak and I'm going to be the facilitator for your Management 3.0 online session starting in a few days. So we'll be focusing on Agile team-inspired practices, and when we meet I'm going to tell you more about the content and our agenda for our 4 sessions. What I want to do now is this is going to be part of your homework assignment before we meet, because as I said, we're going to dive into many different practices and I want to introduce the first one. So this is called a personal map, and I want each of you to create some sort of a personal map before we meet. And then I'll send you a link to where you can upload that in our team space. So it can look like this, it doesn't have to look like that, it can be with a lot of words, but let me just introduce myself through my personal map, and then you'll get an idea of how you can use this as an introduction and how team members can get a sense of each other through these personal maps. So first of all, I'm started here in the middle with my name, Line, so start with writing your name in the middle. Then I put some different branches out of what are some of the branches in my life. I have my family down here, that's our house, and my husband, and I have a couple of kids. Kaya is my big girl, he's 15. I have a younger son, Zevi, who's 9. As you can see, I'm living in the woods in Oregon. We have 11 acres here out in the country. This is where my home office is. This is where our community is, in the woods in Oregon. So that's where I have yoga, there's different families, I have a lot of female circles here through our friends and my girlfriends as well. So this is where I live, but you can see down here there's a Danish flag. I've got a lot of extended family in Denmark because that's where I originally am from. I also have extended family through my in-laws who are Jewish, so that's a huge part of our family practice and our family life here as well. So that's part of who I am on the personal side. I split it up in this way, you don't have to. Over here is more of my work life. You see this is my virtual component with my computer and my Wi-Fi. I do a lot of virtual facilitation, a lot of workshops, I design material for clients, and a lot of the community and colleagues I have and the networks I'm involved in are evolved around virtual and remote communication and dialogue. So that's one portion, a huge portion of what I do. Another portion down here is my globe, the global piece. I'm originally from Europe and I split my time between the US and Europe. I have a background within the intercultural field. So all the engaging between different cultures and team members from different cultural backgrounds is a lot of what I do in my work as well. This is where my global clients come in. Then I speak at many different conferences, primarily in the US and in Europe. So that's another piece of these 4 components. Then I have a kind of a funnel piece coming down here. This is where some of my passions are. This is where the Management 3.0 come in and the Agile practices that I'm involved in. I'm not originally from software, so I have a different approach than people who are inside Agile and using it inside software production. So I'm going to give you context of how to use some of these practices, but from a different point of view also. Within the session, there's going to be people who have some of that Agile hands-on experience, and we'll learn from them as well. I study a lot of what different companies are doing currently and how some of these things are connected into Management 3.0. Then I put improv in here as well, which is one technique that I use a lot when I'm working with both virtual and in-house live face-to-face workshops. So that's another passion of mine. So just to introduce you to a personal map, and now I want you to create one of your own just on a piece of paper, take a picture of it and upload it to the site that I'm going to send a link to. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to meet you shortly.